Hello friends, welcome back to series of lecture. This is the 33rd lecture of this series of Indian Evidence Act. And in this lecture we would continue with the topic relevancy and reliability of experts' opinion. जो expert opinion रहेंगे, how much they are relevant and what is the reliability. हम उन पर कितना reliable रह सकते हैं. तो point by point देखेंगे of different topics and different kind of expert opinions upon that. फर्स्ट वन इज वीडियो ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग. इसमें एक केस लिख लीजिए, मलकानी वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र 1973 सुप्रीम कोर्ट. सो राइट डाउन इन दिस, द वीडियो एंड ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग आर रेलिवेंट अंडर सेक्शन 6 एज ए पार्ट ऑफ सेम ट्रांजैक्शन. अगर वीडियो और ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग अगर सेम ट्रांजैक्शन में हुई है देन इट इज रेलिवेंट अंडर सेक्शन 6 एज ए पार्ट ऑफ सेम ट्रांजैक्शन इफ इट वाज रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ द फैक्ट इन इशू. अगर फैक्ट इन इशू की रिकॉर्डिंग डायरेक्टली हुई है देन इट विल बी रेलिवेंट अंडर सेक्शन 6. अदरवाइज सेक्शन 7 में रेलिवेंट फैक्ट और फैक्ट इन इशू दोनों के लिए ये रेलिवेंट रहेगी. इट इज ऑल्सो रेलिवेंट अंडर सेक्शन 7 एज एन इफेक्ट ऑफ द ट्रांजैक्शन. It is also relevant under section 7 as an effect of the transaction. Section 7 it can be the recording of relevant fact or fact in issue. In section 7 it can be the recording of relevant fact or fact in issue. Now write down next paragraph. As far as reliability of such evidence concerned, if it is proved that it is a genuine record and there has not been any tampering with the record, then it is a reliable piece of evidence. The expert has to examine as to whether there has been tampering or not. So reliability की अगर बात करें हम ऑडियो वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग की, तो उसकी जेन्युइन रिकॉर्ड प्रूव करना हमारा जरूरी है. अगर ये प्रूफ नहीं कर पाएंगे देन इट वुड नॉट बी रिलायबल. और ये प्रूफ कैसे होगा? द एक्सपर्ट हैज टू एग्जामिन. तो एक्सपर्ट्स के एग्जामिनेशन से प्रूफ होगा कि जेन्युइन है कि नहीं. देन सेकंड इज हैंड राइटिंग एंड फिंगरप्रिंट एक्सपर्ट ओपिनियन. जो हैंड राइटिंग एंड फिंगरप्रिंट एक्सपर्ट ओपिनियन है, दिस साइंस इज हाईली डेवलप्ड एंड देयरफॉर is highly reliable. Then third is footprint expert opinion. This science is not highly developed and thus not highly reliable. Then ballistic expert's opinion. This science is highly developed and therefore is highly reliable. तो जो भी साइंस हाईली डेवलप्ड है तो वो रिलायबल होगी. डॉग ट्रैकिंग एविडेंस. This is not very dependable and thus not highly reliable. The dog may get confused about the smell and also there may be a misunderstanding between the dog and the trainer. अब next है expert opinion regarding date of birth. अब इसमें date of birth जब किसी का कैलकुलेट करते हैं एक्सपर्ट्स तो उसमें मंथ और डेट में थोड़ा बहुत वेरिएशन हो सकता है, बट ईयर्स तो एग्जैक्टली लगभग वो कैलकुलेट कर ही लेते हैं. तो द नेल्स सेल्स थ्रू वन में डिटरमाइन इज हाईली रिलायबल. किसी की एज नेल्स से उसके सेल्स से डिटरमाइन की जा सकती है एंड इट इज हाईली रिलायबल. देन नेक्स्ट इज टाइम ऑफ डेथ. अब इसमें लिखिए दैट बाय द एक्सपर्ट्स ओपिनियन, the exact time of death cannot be calculated, but the broad time period can be determined. 1 घंटे का, आधे घंटे का गैप का टाइम पीरियड वो बता सकता है, but exact fixed time that is not possible to calculate unless you have an eyewitness. The exact fixed time cannot be proved. अब जैसे RUC मर्डर केस में उसमें एग्जैक्ट टाइम नहीं बताया था, उसमें बताया गया था at around 10:30 she had the food and that is as per the admission of the father and the mother, and also the driver had given the testimony that they had their food. 10 और 10:30 के बीच में they had their food. and the food was half digested, and when she was murdered, and because of her kind of person, 13-14 year of age, active girl, in that age, the 6 hours, the entire food can be digested, 6 to 7 hours. अब उसमें half of food was digested, so half of time would be what, about 3.5 hours, and she had a dinner at 10:30, and from 10:30 you will calculate 3 hours, and that would be approximately 1:30. So she would killed somewhere around 1:30. Now exactly 1:30 you cannot say, maybe 1:15, 2 o'clock. The gap of 1 hour is there, but broadly you can say that she was killed between 1 or 2 o'clock. Next one you have to see post-mortem as the cause of death. Post-mortem report as a cause of death, या about the cause of death. अब देखो, अगर पोस्टमार्टम अच्छे से किया गया है, if the doctor is conducted the postmortem properly and carefully, then it is a highly reliable source for the cause of death. Properly and fairly अगर किया गया है तो highly reliable source होगा. तो लिख लीजिए इसको. If the doctor had conducted the postmortem properly and fairly, then it is a highly reliable source about the cause of death. However, if there is a doubt about the postmortem, or it is in conflict with other circumstantial evidences, then the court has to examine the propriety. Propriety मतलब correctness, truthfulness of the report. And in some cases where the court has a doubt regarding the postmortem, comma, it can even discard the postmortem report. अब कई बार क्या होता है कि पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट में और इंक्वेस्ट रिपोर्ट में कन्फ्लिक्ट हो जाता है. अब ऐसी सिचुएशन में जनरल रूल तो ये है, अगर आई विटनेस टेस्टिमनी है देन दैट इज मोर ट्रस्टवर्दी. तो जनरल रूल इज, अगर दोनों में कन्फ्लिक्ट है, द इंक्वेस्ट रिपोर्ट इज मोर ट्रस्टवर्दी टू द एक्सटेंट रिपोर्ट इज, बट द कोर्ट विल नॉट डिस्कार्ड द पोस्टमार्टम और इंक्वेस्ट per se. The court has to examine. What do you mean by inquest report? Inquest report is पंचनामा. इसको मृत्यु समीक्षा रपट भी बोलते हैं. Examination of death. It means the apparent cause of death. That is the injuries which are externally visible. वही होगा inquest report. It is in which section of CRPC? It is to 174 till 176 of the CRPC. Now the injuries which are found on the body, you see, whenever a death has been caused and the dead body is found somewhere, then the police officer or the executive magistrate, as the case may be, will go on the spot and will secure the body. Secure matlab may not allow anyone else to touch the body. He will remove the people from there and will conduct inquest report, and he will get two witnesses from the locality, two neutral witnesses from the locality, and in their presence he will conduct the inquest. Now inquest में there are so many things written in CRPC, but mainly it is what are the marks found on the body, what are the injury marks found on the body, that is what is the apparent cause of the death. If you find that there are 3 bullet marks in the body, then you will mark that there are 3 bullet marks on the so and so part of the body. If the officer finds that the neck was slit, then he will mark that the neck was slit and mark which part of the neck is slit, upper part, lower part, Similarly, if he finds that there is a dagger wound, stab wound, then he will write that the dagger wound is found on the such and such part of the body, and he can take photograph, etc. also. It is not just that he write it, only write it. He will take the proper photographs of the body, and that will be called the in situ photograph. In situ, INSITU, in situ photograph. In situ means as it is. बॉडी जिस पोजीशन में था उसी पोजीशन में आप उसके फोटोग्राफ भी रिकॉर्ड करोगे। बॉडी जिस पोजीशन में था उसी पोजीशन में आप उसके फोटोग्राफ भी रिकॉर्ड करोगे। प्लस अदरवाइज बॉडी पे जो भी इंजरीज हैं उनके सारे के आप फोटोग्राफ भी खींचोगे। यू कैन गो फॉर वीडियो ऑल्सो, एंड यू कैन गो फॉर स्टिल फोटोग्राफ ऑल्सो। और आजकल तो मोबाइल पे ही खींच लेते हैं फोटोग्राफ, कैमरा ले जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती। बट दे आर सपोज टू बी कीपिंग अ कैमरा फॉर द इंक्वेस्ट रिपोर्ट। अब वहाँ पर द पॉइंट इज, इफ द पर्सन इज स्टैब्ड ऑन द abdominal surface but you do not know what abdominal injury was caused, because this police officer or ADM is not an expert. They are not opening the body and finding that what injuries come inside. So the postmortem report will be conducted by a doctor, and the doctor will open a body and see that what internal injuries are there. So the actual cause of death is recorded by the doctor. Means the internal injuries are recorded by the doctor, and therefore the actual cause of death will be known by the doctor practically. In postmortem, post means after, and mortem means death. So after death, and antemortem means before death. So the postmortem report will conduct a test of postmortem injuries. So sorry. In postmortem test, it will conduct the antemortem injuries. Antemortem injuries मतलब मरने के पहले जो injuries cause हुई थी, जिसकी वजह से death cause हुआ था. Those injuries which are responsible for the death, those internal injuries will be examined by the doctor. When you talk about the internal injuries, then obviously first of all we have to talk about the external injuries. That there was a blood shot on the left part of the chest, and because of it the so and so part of the body is damaged. So that report he will make. अब it may happen, जैसे inquest report में लिखा है that 3 blood shots, and the doctor का postmortem report says that there is a stab wound in the abdomen. अब पुलिस ऑफिसर को या एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर को 3 ब्लड के शॉट दिखे बॉडी पर, और डॉक्टर को तीनों ब्लड शॉट दिखाई नहीं, उसने कह दिया स्टैब वुंड हुआ पेट के अंदर। मीन्स व्हाट, देयर इज अ डायरेक्ट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन द टू। अब जैसे इंक्वेस्ट रिपोर्ट में द ऑफिसर सेज दैट द मार्क्स ऑफ रेप वाज देयर, एंड द डॉक्टर सेज दैट देयर इज नो एविडेंस ऑफ any evidence of sexual intercourse. So you see these kinds of conflict, whereas the postmortem report is not in totally disagreement. अगर हल्का फल्का थोड़ा इंक्वेस्ट और पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट में कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन है, देन द पोस्टमार्टम की रिपोर्ट इज डायरेक्टली एडमिसिबल. बट द केसेस वेयर द पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट इज टोटली इन डिसएग्री विद द इंक्वेस्ट रिपोर्ट, दोनों में काफ़ी कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन है, देन इन सच केस व्हाट विल द कोर्ट डू. अब मान लो किसी केस में कॉज ऑफ डेथ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो कॉज ऑफ डेथ के लिए आप पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट देखोगे, लेकिन इंक्वेस्ट रिपोर्ट उस पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट के बिल्कुल कन्फ्लिक्टिंग है. तो या तो पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट सही है, या फिर इंक्वेस्ट रिपोर्ट सही है, या फिर दोनों ही गलत हैं. अब इन दैट केस ऑल्सो द कोर्ट विल नॉट outrightly reject the postmortem report. If there is a possibility that the body is still conserved, then the court will go for a second postmortem report. अब उस सिचुएशन में अगर बॉडी को जला दिया गया है, देन द सेकंड पोस्टमार्टम कैसे कंडक्ट होगा. अगर दफना दिया गया है, देन within a reasonable time, maybe in 10-15 days, and court comes to know that the postmortem was not proper, then the body can be take out and another postmortem can be conducted. So that will be a rare chance. Otherwise, the body will go on, it will decompose, और अगर फायर लगाया तो फायर से बर्न हो जाएगी. So later on they are not having the body to conduct the postmortem once again. Then in that case, what the court shall do? Then the court will examine first of all the police officer or the magistrate who recorded the inquest report, plus the witnesses who was present before whom the inquest was done, and then the court will examine the truthfulness of the inquest report. And if the court finds that the report is true, then it will examine the doctor. Court will ask question to the doctor. Then the court also see whether there is doubt regarding the case or not. If the court finds that doctor is having some doubt regarding the case, if the court finds that there is doubt on the postmortem report, then it will discard that report. And if the court finds that inquest is also proper and the postmortem is also proper, and there is no doubt about either of them, and both of them are in total conflict of each other, then the only option the court had is discard both of them. कोर्ट कॉज ऑफ डेथ को एस्टेब्लिश नहीं मानेगा, कोर्ट कॉज ऑफ डेथ को एस्टेब्लिश नहीं मानेगा, लेकिन अगर दोनों में कहीं पे भी कोई डाउट नहीं है, अगर एक डाउटफुल होगा एक नहीं होगा तो उसको एक को रिजेक्ट कर दोगे. So unless one of them is not proved to be doubtful, it cannot be rejected. If both of them found to be trustworthy and they are conflicting with each other, then the court has to discard both of them. But if you can prove from other sources the cause of death, then it is fine. But अगर आप prove नहीं कर पाए other sources, then in that case it will be said that cause of death is not established in the case. But normally that will not happen. One of them will be proved to be untrustworthy, and one of them if proved to be untrustworthy, then the other will prevail and the court will go for it. अब इसको लिख लीजिएगा. So write down. It has been held in Kehar Singh versus State, that is Delhi Administration, 1988 Supreme Court. So this Kehar Singh versus State is a case of Indira Gandhi assassination case. It was held that postmortem report is important, particularly in the cases where there is doubt regarding the cause of death, and the cause of death is an important fact. The postmortem report is directly admissible as a piece of documentary evidence under Section 293 of CRPC. Though the court still has the power to summon doctor and examine him personally. The next paragraph. If there is a direct conflict between a postmortem report and inquest report, then general rule is that the ocular evidence will be trusted. Ocular मतलब जो आपने अपनी आंखों से देखा था, and that means inquest report. General rule is that the ocular evidence shall be trusted. Ocular मतलब related to eyes, something which you seen yourself. तो ब्रैकेट में लिख लो inquest report. However, the court will not follow this rule per se. Rather, it will examine as to which of the two is more trustworthy. For that purpose, the police officer who recorded the inquest and the witnesses before whom it was recorded shall be examined personally by the court. And similarly, the doctor also will be examined. Finally, whichever out of these is found to be trustworthy, that report will be relied upon. And if court finds that there is no reason to doubt either of them, then the court shall discard both of them as a proof of cause of death. In such cases, the cause of death cannot be made a very vital piece of evidence to decide the case. In such cases, the cause of death cannot be made a very vital piece of evidence to decide the case. अब इसके बाद एक पॉइंट और है, वो मैं ऑलरेडी डिस्कस भी कर चुका हूँ कि अगर कोई एक डिग्री वाला एक्सपर्ट है और एक विदाउट डिग्री वाला एक्सपर्ट है, विदाउट डिग्री वाला एक्सपर्ट मोर एक्सपीरियंस्ड है, डिग्री वाला एक्सपर्ट लेस एक्सपीरियंस्ड है। कोर्ट के सामने ओपिनियन दोनों का डिफरेंट है। अगर कोर्ट ने डिसाइड कर लिया कि दैट बोथ आर एक्सपर्ट्स, एक्सपर्ट की कैटेगरी में उसको कंसीडर कर लिया है, तो इट इज़ अपॉन द कोर्ट कि किसको वो रखे या किसको डिस्कार्ड करे। दोनों को डिस्कार्ड भी कर सकती है कोर्ट इन एनी केस। So it is immaterial whether a person is having degree or not as an expert. It is necessary whether court considered him as an expert or not. So that's it for this topic and this lecture. Thank you for watching lecture.